good evening, and welcome to Tea Time.
Hey everybody, welcome to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. That's right, it is Monday. It is May 22nd. Oh my gosh, May is almost over. Well, listen, I'm going to talk about my weekend real quick and then get to my special guest. Friday night, didn't do much, just stayed home, chilled, relaxed. On Saturday, the 20th, I actually went to my sister's house because my mother came back from Florida, thank God, and we got to celebrate her birthday, and the familia got together, and, you know, we eat like we're going to the electric chair, us Italians, and we just had a really good time, and it was just so glad to see my mom and hang out with everybody. And then Sunday, yes, you know, Sunday's laundry day because we all need clean underwear. And then we actually went to a fellow castmate, BATBOY's 50th birthday party at Mio Posto in Merrick, which was delicious. Never been there
Happy
before.
birthday, Lisa.
It was amazing. Happy birthday, Lisa. Shout out. And then Squeege and I came here for limo talk with Graz and Pat Walsh. Bobby and Rich were missing this week. So every Sunday night, tune in 9:15 limo talk because I'm there, Robin, as to Stern, and I love hanging out with the guys. And then, did I leave anything out? I don't think so. All right, so let me get to my guest because I'm so excited. I am so excited. The last time I interviewed this man was over the phone, and it was in 2018. Yeah. Luis Castillo, better known as Squeegee. He's an actor. He is an author. He is a former Yankee bat boy during the Core 4 days and the founder of Children's Literacy Foundation, which is also a nonprofit. And I'm happy to say and blessed to say he's my friend.
That's right.
Hello.
Tea Time. What up, Theresa?
What's going on?
Thank you. Thank you for having me on Tea Time.
Well, you know, we've been wanting to do this a long time, and it's all about timing, and now is the time.
Yeah, I love this. I love the setup. Nice palm trees.
I know. I like it. Isn't it great? So I want everyone to get to know you because you've lived an amazing, crazy life. You know, you are a born and raised and still live in the Boogie Down Bronx.
Boogie Down, South Bronx.
And went to Wings Academy High School.
Well, you did your homework.
I know.
You're good at it.
I try. But you, like our friend Raina Grown, got sucked into the Bat Boy Yankee world.
Yes.
And I know that you always loved the Yankees.
Yeah, as a kid, nine years old, watching TV with my dad. You know, he always would make me watch the Yankee games, and he would root like a maniac and let's go Yankees, like any normal Yankee fan.
Yeah.
And you know, because of him, I fell in love with baseball.
Right. And what did you exactly have to do to become a Yankee bat boy? What does that process entail? Because I know like millions of people like write in or something and request.
Millions of letters that get written every day, Theresa.
Millions.
Talking about all over the world, kids just want to be a Yankee bat boy. And there's no lie. The fan mail room in Yankee Stadium, it's all letters of kids with photos and letters of why they want to become a Yankee bat boy. keeping good grades up in school, and why they love the Yankees so much. Who's their favorite player? Please give me the job. Please give me the job.
Yeah.
And I was lucky. I was the last one in 1998 with the luck of the draw, and thanking God that I got to meet Tina Lewis from the Bleacher Creatures.
Right.
Who is the queen of the bleachers. She runs the whole group.
Right.
And she knew a couple of executives in the front office in 1997 when I met her. So I told her my dream was to become a Yankee bat boy, and she showed me how to write a letter.
Yeah, but wait a second. Didn't you meet her before then, and it wasn't a great
it was not
introduction to her at all? Like, you met the woman and like there was an issue?
Oh, yeah. With my friend Alex, we went to the Yankee game. There were $3 back then. At the
$3 for a ticket,
the old
people.
Yankee Stadium. Yes, $3. Now they're like 50-something dollars.
Whatever.
But yeah, watch it on TV. So, you know, my friend Alex sat in a seat he wasn't supposed to sit in.
Right.
And she comes and she goes, "You guys got tickets for these seats?"
Right.
And my friend goes, "What do you mean? You know, drop F-bombs."
Yeah,
and
he wasn't nice to her.
Yeah, and I looked
you
at
felt
him.
Bad.
I did. I really did. And I said, "Alex, what are you doing? You know, the lady's being polite."
Right.
So she got us kicked out. She didn't want to kick me out, but I came with Alex.
Right.
So we didn't even get to watch the first
Guilty by
pitch.
association, so to speak.
And I went back home. And when I went back home, my mom said, "Why are you not at the Yankee game? I gave you $3 to go to the game."
Right.
And I explained to her what happened. So I said, "Mom, I have to go back the next day."
Right.
And she gave me $3 more.
Right.
I went, and not knowing this lady and if she would be there.
Right.
Boom, right on the spot. She was sitting in the seat this time. And I went up to her and I said, "Hi, my name is Lewis from yesterday." She was like, "Oh, yeah, you're nothing like your friend." And I apologized. And we became best of friends that season. And I told her what I wanted to become was a Yankee bat boy.
Yankee bat boy.
And she goes, "Sure enough, I'm going to make that dream come true for you now."
And watch this dream come true right now. Bobby, play that video of that dream coming true. Would you please? Thank you very, very, very much.
To the belt and the 1-1. Slice foul outside of first. Then a nice diving stop by the ball boy. Near the tarpaulin, and he will give the ball to a kid in the stands. But a great play by the kid.
Thank you, Bobby. How old were you there?
I was 15 years old.
15.
Wow. I didn't know you had that.
In pinstripes, baby.
Yeah, this is
living the dream.
That was something that Tina Lewis did for me, and I can never forget. We're still friends to this day, and she survived cancer as well. You know, thank you, Tina and the Bleacher Creatures, for making my dream come true. And
amazing.
The Yankees wrote that letter back.
You were a bat boy from, well, first of all, you were a bat boy from April 1998 to August 2005. But out of the millions of letters that they received, you were picked out of like four of you got picked out of
that year.
4 of you out of a million.
4 already had positions. There was 4 more positions available, and I was the last position in 1998.
Wow.
And I got an interview, a job interview. I had an afro, just a little, not as big as Ray Negron, but I had little curls and I had a little mustache. And Lou Kakuza was the one that interviewed me with Brian Cashman present. And they said, "You got 1 more test to pass." They liked my personality.
Right. What's not to love?
Thank you. Thank you. And no lie, I went and threw from 90 feet with Lou Kakuza, and they said, "This kid got an arm." And the rest is history. I became the 1998 New York Yankees
bat boy.
And
is it true that you were the only traveling bat boy?
Not only. At the beginning was Joe Lee. He traveled a lot with the team. And if you had seniority, they would make you travel. My first year in 1998, I didn't travel, but 1999 down on, I was traveling when the players wanted or when the team needed playoffs, World Series.
We got that first pick of you with Jeter.
Oh,
there you are.
That's 1999.
Fist pump.
Wow, that's after scoring a run with Chuck Knobloch. And I said, "Hey, man, good job." And he goes, "I'm going to give you some TV time."
I'm going to give you some TV time?
Yeah.
That's what he said?
That was his thing.
So is it true that Jeter gave you your nickname, and how did that happen?
Oh, man, that story doesn't get
Because according to you, everybody on the Yankees, he gives a nickname to.
Yeah, he nicknames everyone. And let me tell you something. When the captain names you, it's not going away. And I learned that. I'm 40 years old and it's still here. Everyone calls me Squeegee.
Right.
in 1998, my first day on the job, before you start, Derek Jeter has to give you a name. So Joe Lee goes, I had my uniform on. I was 90 pounds, soaking wet.
Yeah.
And I had a uniform that was baggy, looked like I was Babe Ruth, but, I was really skinny and the uniform made me look like a balloon.
Yeah.
So I go up to Derek and he goes, hey, Chad. And I looked at him, I said, I thought you said your name was Joe Lee. He goes, wait, you'll see. So I'm confused at this point. So here's Jeter putting on his socks. He's, took off his flip-flops. He's getting ready for batting practice. And he goes, what's your name, kid? I said, Luigi. He goes, you don't look like no Luigi. And he's just sitting like this. And he was looking me up and down. And I'm like, why is this guy looking me up and down now? And all of a sudden he goes, that's it, Squeegee. And I'm like, what? He goes, Joe, that's it. You can start work now. That was my name. And from Joe Torre to all the coaches, to managers, to even opposing players, call me Squeegee.
That's it.
Yeah, and it's still here to this day.
It's still here to
Thank
this
you, Derek.
day. Well, you, my friend, were inducted into the Hall of Fame class of 2020 for the Hispanic Heritage Baseball Museum Hall of Fame. And that was September 19th, 2020. I actually was there.
Yes.
And that was an amazing day.
Oh, you saw me cry.
Yeah.
It meant so much to me because friends, family, my mom, my sister, was there.
Yeah.
Childhood friends,
right.
Ray Negron, getting inducted with your mentor.
Crazy.
Right now I'm just going back.
I know you get a little verklempt.
Yeah,
I know, because it was such a special day. It really was.
No bat boy in no sports or ball boy in any sport. It's only two, and it's Ray Negron and myself that got inducted into the elite names of like Roberto Clemente, Edgar Martinez, Ivan Rodriguez, Ruben Sierras. You name the big stars of the Latin players, the Latin community, and for them to vote me and Ray in,
that's huge.
It's a huge honor.
Yeah.
I thank the Hispanic Heritage Hall of Fame, Gabriel Avila and Ray Avila for inducting me and Ray. Thank you guys.
They were there that day.
Yeah, and you guys made it more special.
Yeah, well, we had to do it for you. Your familia, we have the BATBOY family,
That's right.
that we do the show.
A beautiful show.
Before we talk about that, Bobby, can you just throw up some pics with Squeege with some, why don't you tell everyone who they are, who you're with?
That's Tino Martinez, my good buddy. I used to pick up the bats for him, and he used to talk to his bats. And he goes, Squeegee, this one got a hit today. You can put it in the cubby. It's my good friend Tino. The legend, Mariano Rivera. Mariano, the GOAT of all time. He would always throw grapes at my neck with Jeff Nelson. And I was their target practice. That's why they threw strikes.
That's funny. Now, Coney. David, you call him Coney. You got me calling him Coney.
Yeah.
David Cone. Yeah. That is a special relationship. Just keep that up a second. That is a very special relationship you have with him. He is your best friend, and you can say that wholeheartedly. Yeah. You and him have a very special relationship.
I get choked up every time he knows it.
You could show the next pic of the two of them because it's them present day. There you are. Yeah. And then we're going to stop that for now, the pics. Thank you, Bobby. We'll continue after that one. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to take my first commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about David Cone. And we're going to talk about how David Cone credits Squeegee with his no-hitter. Okay? We're also going to talk about how David Cone put Squeegee in his book, Full Count, and how Squeegee put David Cone in his book, Clubhouse Confidential. There's so much more. Stay there. Don't go away. We'll be back after this.
Well, hi there, Theresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Tea Time on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Theresa. Bye.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight because the Luigi Squeezy is here. And he's an actor, he's an author, he is a former Yankee bat boy during the core 4 days from 98 to 2005. And he is the founder of Children's Literacy Foundation, which is a nonprofit. We were talking right before the break about how him and David Cohn have an amazingly incredible special relationship and how they're each in each other's books and how David really credits Squeege for that no-hitter. So everyone has to hear this story.
My childhood idol, David Cohn, David Brian Cohn. And I call him Coney and he calls me Squeegee. It's a relationship that was built in 1998 where I went to him and I told him how much he meant to me as a kid growing up. And he would practice with me and Mel Stottlemyre during batting practice and teach me how to become a pitcher for my summer leagues. And he used to catch for me, and I would be him, roles reversed. And I always appreciated his lessons during batting practice when he wasn't pitching and he had days off. He would teach me. And fast forward, 1999, Yogi Berra Day, a very historical day in time, not just the perfect game. We're talking about Yogi Berra finally buried the hatchet with George Steinbrenner and he came back.
Yeah.
And the first first ceremonial pitch, they reenacted the 1956 perfect game with Don Larson.
Yeah.
God rest his soul, is no longer with us. Great guy. And Cohn's on the mound and Larson threw the pitch and then Coney's getting ready to warm up. And Cohn goes, "Hey, you got to jump in Yogi's arm." And he goes, "No, kid, you got it wrong." He jumped in my arm and it gave Coney a chuckle on his face.
Yeah.
And it just, Coney got warmed up and it was a nice, bright, sunny day. And everything was going smooth. Cohn's perfect through 3. Here comes the clouds. It's like a Hollywood movie.
Right.
And all of a sudden the rain starts pouring for 45 minutes. And now, Cohn had surgery, the aneurysm, and everything he's went through. So they don't usually let pitchers go back out after such a big rain delay because you need them for the season. So he told Tori and Mel, "I'm going back out there," and they let him go back out there. But we had to go on a jiffy, and Joe Girardi was starting to get ready. I mean, once we got the word get back on the field, everyone's like, throwing stuff on, getting ready. And out of the corner of his eye, he goes, "I got to get ready now." He goes, "Squeegee." I go, I'm opening the clubhouse door to get ready to load stuff into the dugout. And I go, "Yes, Coney." And he goes, "You got a ball in the glove?" I said, "Got it in the hand, got a ball." He goes, "All right, come on, we're going to warm up right in front of the fouls in Yankee Stadium," where there was a security guard, Charlie Sobransky, standing in front. And I'm got no catching gear. I'm now 16 years old.
Yeah.
I'm like 4 feet 7 inches, and I'm low, and I'm that God was guiding my hand that day because Coney was throwing some filthy pitches. And I know why none of them hit him. And he would hit it, but he was skipping them off the pipes. And if you've been in Yankee Stadium, in the old Yankee Stadium, the pipes were real low. So he's laughing at me because I'm ducking, and he's like, he sees it comical. And he goes, let's go on the field.
Let's go on the field in front of how many thousands of people?
45,000.
45. Let's go throw some balls on the field in front of 45,000 people.
And with no catching gear.
Wow.
And he was perfect even in his warm-ups. So, and that's we went on the field and we threw about 30 tosses, and the late, great Don Zimmer was in the dugout, and you can see him. He's like, because he sees how nervous I am, and Coney's just like winging it like nothing. And the Montreal Expos and Javier Vasquez are already on the field warming up. So it's just 2 Yankee uniforms on the field at this point, and it's me and Coney. I threw one back at him. I one bounced him. Nonchalant, he picks it up. He throws it back to me, gives me the thumbs up. Thank you for warming him up. I put the ball in my back pocket, not
Yes.
thinking of a perfect game.
Right? Who
I
knew?
just warmed
Who
up
knew? Come
with
on.
my childhood idol
I know.
during the game.
Is that crazy?
And
That's like such a pinch me moment.
Yeah, I was in heaven. And fast forward in the ninth inning, pop up to Scott Brocia's perfect game.
Right.
David Cohn.
Right.
And
what did he do for you?
I'm getting goosebumps. My hairs are standing. He came in after speaking to David Wells, his best friend, over the phone in the clubhouse. You can see how drained and tired Coney was, but he was taking it all in. He was happy. He came and he says, we give each other a hug, and he goes, thank you. I couldn't have done it without you. We will forever be connected.
Wow.
And he goes,
And
you were my good luck charm.
Yeah.
And to this day, we talk about it on a couch or in front of his son and his wife Taja and his mother-in-law Lala, and we always somebody stops us.
Did he give a special gift to everyone that day?
Yes, he not that day.
Well, later,
like 2 weeks later,
Yeah.
like David Wells did. He gave rings, perfect game rings, to all his teammates and employees. But David Cohn came over, and privately, one-on-one, he said, "Hey, you deserve this. I got something for you." When I open it, it's an Ebel watch, and then he gave everyone, and he saw the tears, flowing down my eyes, and he goes, "You don't have to cry, man. You deserve it."
Yeah.
And I'm forever grateful for him. And he signed my baseball.
Yeah.
He signed my game used jersey and pants
Mhm.
and hat that I used that day. I made sure, and I still got it because
sign my underwear too, David.
sign my jockstrap too, David.
Damn.
It's worth money.
Listen, speaking about jockstrap, what a segue, because I want to know about the Lucky Thong story.
Oh, wow. Well, that's Jason Giambi started this, and baseball players are superstitious.
Very.
Yeah, some aren't, but those that believe, like I told you earlier with Tino hitting the bat, he said the bats talk to him, and that was amazing to watch all the time, by the way. And here's Jason Giambi. He was like 0 for like 28. He couldn't smell a hit.
Right.
So in a box, he opens up, and it's a tool shed thong, gold, and it glitters.
A gold
woman thong.
Gold glitter
thong. Yes, that women wear.
Oh, okay.
And so he's trying it on. He's got his butt cheeks out, and he's trying them on, and I'm like, and we're all looking like, what is this guy doing? And he goes, I'm gonna get some hits today.
Wearing the thong.
Yeah, and this is before the game started. So we all thought this man was crazy. Jeter,
Right.
all of us, we thought this man was out of his mind.
Yeah.
So this guy goes 3 for 5.
Wow.
Wins the game.
Wow.
Comes back. He goes, I told you, it's the thong, baby. And I'm like, this guy's not crazy after all. So after he did that, he would always look at Derek Jeter. And when Jeter was in a slump, and tell Jeter, it's waiting for you. It's waiting for you. And Jeter's like, no way, I'm not putting that on. And then one day, Jeter was 0 for like 20. He had a stride that is rare from Jeter. He said, you know what?
Guess what he put on?
This man might not be crazy. Let me try it. Got the game-winning home run. The Lucky Thong was born. And all the players shared it when they were in a slump.
Did they?
Oh, yeah.
They passed that thong around, huh?
Yeah, I guess. I tried it on during one time, and it gave David Cohn. I guess, I don't know. It's the Lucky Thong.
Oh, my God. Let's get some shout-outs to Chris and Ann and Greg, Bruno, everybody who's watching. Thank you so much. Please like the show. Please share it. Tea Time is live every Monday night at 8 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook. Then it goes to Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV, everywhere podcasts can be heard. And every Saturday at 11 a.m. on Channel 20 for people who live on Long Island and get Optimum. Isn't that exciting? We're going to be on TV Saturday.
Really? That's special.
Yeah.
Strong Island. I like Strong Island.
Isn't it great?
I wanna
Beautiful
move here.
Paradise Studios here in Massapequa.
This set and
It's
the
great.
people.
And I have to say, let's give shout out. You were on Limo Talk with me.
Yes, that was last night. So beautiful.
And Limo Talk is a very unfiltered show where anything goes and anything can be said.
Well, if you catch
Not like
Squeegee on a
Tea
late
Time,
night,
but-
you catch Squeegee on a late night. Say some stuff.
Yeah. But we had a good time last night with the guys.
Great time, great cast.
And I just want to say that because I don't want Grass saying, you don't mention me. You didn't mention me. You didn't mention me. I'm mentioning you, okay? So you wrote, you have 2 books. You are an author. You wrote 2 books. One is called, if you want to hold it up, it's called Clubhouse Confidential. This book you can get on Amazon online. It is an amazing read. You were offered a lot of money to dish dirt.
Yeah.
And you decided not to take a lot of money in dish dirt,
No.
but to take a lot, substantial, less money to write a book that didn't go where they wanted you to go.
Yeah, because one, I believe in loyalty. I believe in honor. I believe in respect. I got friendships with these guys to this day. David Cohn, you name it. Tino, Jeter, Leverett, Darryl, Doc Gooden.
Let's talk really quick about Mick the Quick.
Oh, love
Mickey
him.
Rivers.
Sometimes I love Uncle Mick.
Okay,
and I
Mickey
love Cookie,
Rivers,
beautiful wife, by the way.
Cookie, we love you,
we love
Cookie.
you,
But
Cookie.
Mickey actually does BATBOY with us.
Plays himself.
Yes, he plays himself.
Funny too.
Because you have to remember, Ray's story takes place in the 70s. And if you can just put out your arm for a second, see that Mickey signed his arm. And then tell that story.
Well, we were in he was doing a grand opening. A friend of ours was doing a grand opening of his tattoo shop in the Bronx. So I took down Cookie and Mickey to cut the ribbon and get the shop going.
Right.
And it hit me right there. I was just next to him. I said, Mickey. He goes, what, Screech? I said, I want you to sign my arm and I'm going to get a tattoo. He goes, you really good? So he started signing my arm. The tattoo guy said, you know what? I'm not even going to charge you. I want a picture of it with you and Mickey while I tattoo your arm.
Right.
And Mickey agreed to it. Yeah. And there
it is. Bobby is the best. Bobby, you are on it. There it is. Look at there's Mickey and his beautiful wife, Cookie.
Cookie. God bless them. Great family, great people. They love the BATBOY cast. We love them as well. They're very supportive.
Yeah,
and I'm still trying to get David Cohn to sign my arm. Perfect game.
David doesn't want to sign his arm, though. He doesn't want to do it.
We'll get him one day.
So you wrote this book, Clubhouse Confidential.
Yeah.
How did you decide what story you have? I mean, millions of stories. But how did you decide what to write about and what not to leave? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know.
I wanted people to feel the ups and downs. No one's perfect. I'm not perfect. No one's perfect.
Right.
But I have more good that outweighs the bad.
Right.
And I wanted to share that with the world. I wanted to bring the world like an open book of how the players were with me, how I was with most of the players, my experiences of traveling.
Traveling. Is it true that you would drive their cars without a license?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's because, I was the one kid from the Bronx that knew everything and knew everyone. If you needed a radio,
you street smart, you street savvy.
The players were like, I need a radio in the car. If they needed a cell phone changed, whatever they needed, I got for them.
Legally.
Legally, yes.
Legally.
And they would give me their keys and say, I don't care, you gotta go get it.
Who gave you the Hummer to drive?
Ruben Sierra.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the pimp of all pimps with rides. Yeah. Everyone's like, he would pull out in Lamborghinis, the Hummers, and Harley Davidsons.
What was the most fun driving and for who?
David Cohn, I say, because he's like, I'm not being biased. The guy's freaking funny. I know people hear him in the broadcast.
David's very funny.
David is comical.
Funny.
You get him he's comical.
Yeah.
And he has this funny faces he makes. So when we're driving, he's like, make a left. Make it right. And he goes, no, straight, sweetie. You missed that. So it's like fun way. He makes it fun.
Yeah.
And I love him because he treats me like a little brother. So I love driving.
Yeah.
You want to go somewhere far? I was stuck 3 hours in traffic.
He's the one to be stuck with.
He's the best one to be stuck in traffic with is David.
Yeah. Well, I told you, I met David Cohn for the first time when he first signed with the Mets.
Yeah.
And my brother belonged to a little league little league group.
Yeah.
And they invite them to Shea. It was Shea. I'll always call it Shea. And in walks this young kid, David Cohn. And everyone's like, who? Who is that? Sweetest guy I've ever met. Seriously, I had a wonderful conversation with him. And when, I reconnected through you and Ray with David in the Bronx when we did BATBOY. I said to him, not that you're going to remember me specifically, but I told him the story. And he says, I don't remember you, but I remember that day and being there with those kids.
Oh, he's a historian. He knows every detail. Like he's like the memory of an elephant. I mean, God bless him because he'll sit there, and that's what I love about his soul. He'll sit there and have a conversation with you and treat you like you're your family. even if he does that with kids,
Right.
he does it with everyone, and that's why he's so blessed.
There's a couple of things in the book. You talk about who was really good tippers and who were really sucky tippers.
Well, Doc Goodness still owes me $20 for a bucket of chicken. We always joke about that.
But it is a really good read, Clubhouse Confidential. And then you wrote a children's book.
Yes.
And Bobby has a picture of that. We don't have it live in studio. It's called The Lucky Baseball. It's a quick read. It is for children. Bobby, if you want to put that one up, I don't know if he might have stepped away. He might have stepped away. Oh, I sent it to your cell. Okay, that's all right. All right, so it's called, again, you could also go on Amazon, look it up. Tell them what it's about.
It's about, I was bullied as a kid, when I was.
Who hasn't? Who hasn't?
And
you know what I'm saying?
Coming up in the South Bronx,
right.
It was real tough.
Sure.
And, I had to fight my way through. I had to, fight adversity. I had to fight, insecurities. And, so this book is basically the mentors and the positive people in my life that helped me get to where I am today. And those people are David Cohn, Darryl Strawberry, Tina Lewis, the people that impacted my life, my mom. So, I wanted just to pay thank you to them while they are alive. And the book is inspirational. It shows a kid that never gave up, had the support.
There it is. Thank you.
Yes,
there it is. And
baseball. Darryl Strawberry, David Cohn, and Tina Lewis also, and Ray Negron gave a quote blurbs for the book, supporting the book, because it's a lot of kids have bought it. People call
So is it about being bullied, or it's about a special ball?
It's a special ball named Squeegee.
Named Squeegee. The ball's named Squeegee.
Who was trying to fit in society, because it's based on a true story of myself. And with the help of, like I said, David Cohn, Darryl Strawberry, and Doc Gooden, and Tina Lewis for helping me get through life, and how David, helped me. I was his catcher. Just I put in a little bit of the perfect game. How Darryl Strawberry prays for me, and he's a priest in this. And the Lucky Baseball Squeegee brings all these people luck as they're helping him grow.
Nice.
So it's a nice ending that we all can get along no matter what color you are. It has a beautiful ending with all of us hugging, and everyone goes in their own journeys in life.
Nice.
So it's very inspirational.
I'm so proud of you. I really am.
Thank you.
Thank
you. I just love giving back. I give from the heart. We all do.
I know. We're going to take my next break. Okay. When we come back, we're going to talk about BATBOY, a Yankee miracle, and how he plays my son. So don't go away. We'll be back with Squeegee.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
How you doing? It's Sal the Voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Theresa Canastraci Tea Time with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. And make sure you follow Theresa on Facebook, Tea Time with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tea Time. Before I continue with Squeegee, I have to let everyone know I am doing Murdered by the Mob on Friday, June 16th. This is a 4-course dinner with a show. It is like going to an Italian wedding. Someone gets whacked and you got to figure out who did it. So go to murderedbythemob.com. You can get tickets there, or you can call Bourbon Street in Bayside directly to get tickets. I'd love for everyone to come see the show.
I've went to the show.
Squeege saw it in Manhattan.
I loved it.
He loved it.
And I'm just waiting to get whacked in one of those things one day, because I got an Italian nose. Come on, Ralph.
All right. So before the break, we were talking about giving back.
Yeah.
And you have this foundation. Let's talk about the foundation first before we talk about BATBOY. a Yankee Miracle. You are the founder of Children's Literacy Foundation, which is a nonprofit. I know that two things mean the world to you, and that is children and their education.
Yes.
So
yes, it's very important.
Tell me about that. You actually started that nonprofit back in when?
2013.
2013.
Yeah, and I was inspired by Derek Jeter and Jorge Posada. I used to help them
with their
foundations. And, you know, Jeter would come to me, I would make a list, I would attend their foundation parties and see how they did things. So when I said I would save money from my BATBOY tips and shares that I got over the years, and I said, when I get older, I don't want to do a cancer foundation. I want to do education.
Right.
And it right on the spot, you know, I wrote, got a lawyer. I wrote to the Secretary of State of Albany. They granted me why I wanted to do it, the not-for-profit. I don't make money out of it. And that's how dedicated I am. It's been there for 12 years, still active on Google.
Yeah.
And I love going to schools and talking to kids, giving them book bags. I've gotten players involved like Cone and Taja have donated, you know, because we love, and Ray, we love the kids.
Yeah.
And,
it's
you know,
all about the kids. As a matter of fact, we just did a BATBOY show in Staten Island on Friday for the kids at
that was great. Port Richmond.
Port Richmond High School in Staten Island.
They loved it.
And they did. They loved it.
And they loved the message. And it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. If you know how to deliver the message and interact with these kids, you don't know whose life you're saving. They could be going the wrong route.
Well, you actually have a quote that you like to say about winners.
Winners never quit, quitters never win. And that's God honest truth. And I got it tattooed on my arm.
Yes, you do.
Because of George Steinbrenner. And that was his favorite quote. And I live by that to this day. And when he said that, it just, you know, registered. You know, doesn't matter how many times you fall, you got to get up and you got to keep going. And you got to surround yourself with positive people.
Amen. You know? Yes. And that's what we do. This is what we do. And we also did BATBOY, a Yankee Miracle together.
That's right.
And you've been playing my son since the beginning. And, you know, I talk about BATBOY a lot. Maybe, I don't know, Grass says, you know, he's BATBOY, Ray Negron. You heard him.
Yeah.
But again, BATBOY, Google Ray Negron. It is about his life. It takes place in the 70s. Him, his cousin, he plays his cousin and his friends were graffitiing Yankee Stadium. And one day, they were there, and the security guy came, and he caught them. And everyone ran, and Ray tripped and fell, and he got caught, and he got put into a holding cell. And the story goes that he called Mr. Steinbrenner to come down there, and he said, you can't help these people meaning people who were Puerto Rican and of color. And Steinbrenner really got offended by that. And he took Ray out of the cell and he said, how do I get you kids to stop graffitiing my stadium? He said, well, I have to talk to my cousin, which is him. And he planned on making, you know, you a BATBOY as well. And P.S. to make a long story short.
Unfortunate circumstances where his cousin never got the chance, cousin Edwin, never got the chance to become a BATBOY because he was involved in gang activities and illegal activities. And Ray was trying to save his cousin from the streets. And he was supposed to do one last job, and he never got to do that job because he was killed at gunpoint. And
I find him shot dead, and it's a very traumatic and dramatic scene.
And you hear the reactions from the crowd
for us. And you know, and when I hear people say, "Oh my God, there were people in the audience crying," and I was like, "Good." Because I want their heart to break with mine. And then I kind of redeem myself when I come out as a blonde, the marshmallow salesman's girlfriend.
The funniest.
Gary, oh Gary, and I leave them laughing. So I kind of redeem myself. But Ray will tell you, and I've had Ray on my show. You can go to Strong Island Television and just type in Ray Negron under Tea Time. Out of all his friends and family, he's the only one who didn't end up dead or in jail. You know, he says there were 6 or 7 boys in that house, 6 boys, and he's the only one that's alive today.
And he's blessed. 50 years in baseball.
50 years. He's 50 years with the Yankees, and now he's a consultant, and he's got an incredible story. And he was there during the Thurman Munson
era.
and the Reggie Jackson. And, you know, he was there during that era. And, you know, you were there during the Core Four. And I know that, you know, you and Ray are very close as well. And you compare notes and stories. And,
we
you
love
know,
going back and forth, Bat Boys.
Yeah.
It was two dynasty eras, the 70s and then the 90s. And,
absolutely,
you know, we had great superstars, Derek Jeter, Andy Pettitte, Mariano, Jorge Posada, Bernie Williams, just name a few. But you had, you know, so many magical moments at that old stadium that's no longer there.
Yeah, how heartbreaking was that when they took it down?
I go there sometimes to visit, and it's like, wow, this is where
I think we have a picture of you and Ray actually on the field. I think that it was the new. I think that was the new. No, the old one.
The old one,
on the old field. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we were facing.
Bobby, you want to just continue with the pics, and maybe we'll see what they are. There's you and Bernie.
It's Bernie. Doc.
You and Doc. All right, I thought I sent
Tina
it.
Lewis.
Oh, there's Tina. Okay, Tina's the woman who told Squeege to write the letter to become a Bat Boy. Thank you for putting that up. Yeah, and you can throw up the pic of us at Bat Boy. There we are. That was just in Staten Island on Friday. It was a mini version because that's not the entire cast.
Yeah.
That's the entire cast.
That's at the Yogi Berra Museum.
Yeah, that was at the Yogi Berra Museum.
Where we raised money for families.
Yes, we did. And it was a great show. And it's so good to be back after COVID.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
COVID took a toll on all of us. We didn't see each other. We would only see each other, talk to each other through phone or Facebook.
Yeah, yeah.
And
we'd have like
once
meetings.
we got back into action, it was like it never. You got to come see the show, and the way we are, we're family.
Listen. You don't have to be a Yankee fan.
No.
You don't even have to be a baseball fan. This is a human interest story. How one man changed a boy from the Bronx's life. That's the bottom line.
We make you cry. We make you laugh. We'll get you out your seat.
That's it.
Yeah, we take you on a roller coaster.
We really do. We really do. Yeah. It's true. It's so much fun to do. You know, so you are an actor. And you play Edwin, you play my son. And I had to learn a little Spanish because
I love her Spanish, by the way. Mijo.
I said, and ayúdame.
If you come into my neighborhood in the Bronx with that wig on, you'll pass as a Puerto Rican. They wouldn't even notice. They wouldn't even smell you out. You'll fit right in.
I just, you know, it's so hard for me to do that scene, and I'm getting emotional thinking about it.
Yeah, no, it's tough because you
know, I'm living it. I'm living it in the moment.
Yeah.
And because you and I are now family, it's even harder to do sometimes.
It's more.
It really is.
You know,
and you got to really be raw and naked, literally, and put yourself out there and really, you know, because the first time I did it, I was trying to channel, like, God forbid something happened to my only child. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I can't keep doing that because it's going to make me sick.
It makes you think.
And Ray kept saying, Teresa, I want it raw. I want you to bring it. I want you to bring it. And now, because it's you and we have the relationship we have, it just comes so naturally.
So natural, And, you know, also thinking in
I always have tears coming down my eyes.
You always do every scene, and I feel it naturally.
And you have to, and he always hugs me after the scene. He always hugs me.
Because,
are you okay?
You know why? My nephew also, you know, 2 years ago got gunned down.
Yeah.
And he was innocently, you know, gunned down. And so now it makes it even more powerful because when you would cry, I would feel it and give you a hug. Why? Because we will hear those reactions from the crowd, and they need to see things like this because this is what goes on in daily life in New York, and people just turn the other cheek. Yeah. Like it's It's not normal to kill someone, you know, and that's the message that we want to stop the violence.
It is. But you know, there's nothing like live theater and hearing that reaction right away. But you've done TV and movies, my friend. You back in 2017, you did a series called Borderline Cartel.
Oh yeah, I played Rico.
Rico,
a psychotic drug dealer.
Yes, and then in 2018, you did The Martyr Maker. Which was actually a movie with Tom Sizemore.
The late great Tom Sizemore.
Yeah.
I was a great scene. I played a terrorist, and we were at a terrorist meeting. And Tom Sizemore was sitting back behind me. He's an FBI agent, and I'm yelling "Allah Pakwa," and the director of that film told me I was 5 rows back.
Right, you in the back.
And you see,
but he
movie
liked
good,
what you were doing
my
with your
facials,
face, because that's the thing with actors.
Yeah.
If you don't have lines,
Yeah.
everything is from the
Great.
neck up.
But then he realized, he said, you know what, I'm gonna give you 2 words. You're sitting in the front, and I got some pretty good TV time.
You did. You did.
I think, you know,
see
it was
him a
great
lot.
working with Tom Sizemore. It was fun. It was a fun day. I got paid for it.
Yeah.
And it was an experience.
It was awesome. And then in 2019, you did a short film called Black SUV.
Yeah, that's funny.
And I watched that. That was
I played
great.
a traffic cop there.
You did.
Yeah, that was good. That one played in London. That was a short film for London. Yes.
Yeah. And you were also in Blue Bloods.
Yes.
And Homeland. Yeah. I mean, you dabbled. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I have to say, this past Thursday, you and I filmed together.
Everybody Loves Charlie.
It's called Everybody Loves Charlie.
It's a pilot coming soon.
It's a TV pilot. We're going to see if it gets picked up or where it goes. But what was special about this is that Charlie Santoro, who plays Yogi Berra in the show, and he works for the Yes Network. Someone loved his story so much, they said, we want to make a sitcom about your life.
Yes.
And
Charlie's funny.
God bless, he's great. So he asked me to play a secretary. He asked Squeege to come down and be in it. He asked Ray, and Carmine is playing his grandson. So
it's funny stuff.
It's really nice when blessings come your way and you think of those around you and take them on the journey with us.
And that's what makes us family.
And you know, we saw, and again, Charlie and we were all together yesterday, which was great. Not working
for
and
the
just
first
enjoying
time
ourselves.
in 7 years,
right? And just enjoying ourselves.
Yes, it was a great time.
So it was really, really good. So we filmed the pilot, and that was written by Josh Williams, and it's produced by Josh Williams as well, with Chris Marmondo, who's also in Gravesend, and we worked together, and Charlie Santoro. And like I said, it's based on Charlie's life. And, you know, like that movie when Harry Met Sally, and she goes, I'll have what she's having.
Yeah.
I want to step in what he stepped in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Listen, we're going to take my last break. When we come back, we have another video to show you that we didn't show you yet. So don't go away. We'll be back after this.
Theresa Farrow.
And who's the best actress you know?
Theresa Farrow.
And who's the best cast member in BATBOY?
Theresa Farrow.
Who's got the best radio?
Theresa Farrow.
Doc, who's your favorite guinea?
Theresa Farrow.
Who are you loving right now?
Theresa Farrow.
All right, Doc, I love you too, baby.
Love you as always.
Thank you.
Hey, Anne Rothney says, you're awesome guest, Squeegee. I'm enjoying listening to your stories.
Thank you, Anne. God bless you and your family.
Nice? I love you,
so
Anne.
You're
the best. So listen, before Bobby plays the video, why don't you set us up? Tell us a little bit what we're going to see with David Cohn.
You're about to go on an emotional 2 minutes crying right here, because this is my mentor.
It's not that long.
My mentor talking about me.
David saying some words about Squeege. Let's hear it.
Worried about my arm, so I grabbed Squeegee and played catch with him in the bowels of Yankee Stadium, just to keep it going because it was raining outside. And at the old Yankee Stadium, the ceilings were very low, so it was hard to play catch. And so I was skipping him off the ceiling. He was ducking and trying to catch the balls, and so. But I never forgot Squeegee. You're such a good kid. He's a man now. He's a man and a father now. So. Back then he was a kid.
So he's the reason why you picked the perfect game.
My good luck charm right here. Definitely. Man. Of course, Ray knows the story. Ray's got his story with the 70s Yankees. And
you're a good luck charm. Look at you. You're getting off of Clemens.
Yeah, because he means a lot to me. It's not the perfect game. That man, through my ups and downs, and Taja and Sammy and Lala, they helped me a lot.
Yeah,
they picked me up when a man was down, and I would never forget that. I would never forget them. And
he takes care of you, and you take care of him.
Yeah, we take.
And it's a like I said, it's a special relationship that God put in your life, and it was meant to be.
Yeah, he's I'm telling you, if you ever wanted a big brother, that's the big brother you want.
And David's book is called
Full Count.
Full Count.
Yes.
Okay.
Go out and get it. It's a good read. It's
another,
about a kid
another great read,
who
and
overcomes anxiety and obstacles in life.
And with God's will and Squeegee's help, David might be sitting in that seat one day,
here,
or maybe you come back and he'll call in.
We can have 2 seats.
I know you said Monday. You do come back and you'd be bouncing off of each other. Let me tell you something. Half the stories they want to tell, they won't be able to tell on this show, but they can on Limo Talk with Graz. I just want everyone to know you can follow Squeegee and see what he's doing. It's Luigi Squeegee on Facebook, and it's I Am Squeegee on Instagram. And he posts quite a bit of what he's doing, where he's going to be. Everything's all positive. That's what it's about. And we, like I said,
staying strong and helping others overcome obstacles like people have helped me, and that's how you pay it forward. And well, I would like to share a Bernie Williams story.
Okay.
Yeah, Bernie Williams. This guy has natural ability, and all the teammates used to laugh at him because he used to come in 3:45 and say, "Hey, Squeegee, man, I'm gonna take a quick nap," and he would sleep with his bat and make sure that nobody see him in the players' lounge couch.
Right.
And he's like, so I would set an alarm on my digital watch, Casio, and I gotta wake up Bernie at this time. So I'm running around wherever I'm at, going on a McDonald's run. I'm like, holy crap, I gotta get back. So I'm running with McDonald's food to get to Mariano, and then I'm like, I gotta get Bernie up. So now when I go wake Bernie up, he's like, he has no clue where he's at.
Okay.
And I go, Bernie, you got to hit in Group A. He goes, okay, go ahead. First pitch, pow. He does his little bunt. First pitch, batting practice, he hits some upper decks. Guy was just taking a nap. Are you kidding me? And, we were all from David Wells to Jeter. You got to be kidding me. Jesus Christ, this guy's taking a nap. And he would do that during games too. He would, he just had natural talent. And I thank Bernie for choosing me to be his wake-up man, every time. Right, I guess it was a superstition for him. But
what's the I know being a bat boy, you had to, make sure like the bubble gum was filled, and you had to make sure stuff in the dugout was in order for them, right?
Oh yeah, you had everything, from helmets to bats. The fun time was, when you see grown men act like kids. I would be in the shitter sometimes, and I had bubble guts from games sometimes. And here would come Ramiro throwing baby powder, water, and then baby powder on my head. So I would
no.
Yeah, and this is just the pranks that we would play on each other. And El Duque throwing pine tar and a rosin bag at the back of your neck, and they would hide behind pillars. It's like, we're with each other for
like high
162
school,
games.
right? Like high school.
Yeah. It's it's a family, and when you see with each other now, for reunions and gatherings, you go back and you talk about the good times, and you enjoy each other's company and remember the past.
Is it, maybe I'm a little naive, but is there a Yankee plane that you go on when you travel, or is it commercial?
It's commercial. Well, we had Continental, which was fun to go on flights. We watch movies with Ruben Sierra, or play cards on the plane, and then, just be, a family like we always were.
Right.
And I one time sat in the back of the plane with David Cohn. And, David is afraid of flights. And
really?
Starts the turbulence. He's getting the steward. He's like, are we going down? We're going down. And Boomer's like, you're going to be all right. And, and then he's just in the back. And he was like, Luigi, come sit back here. And, we're back in the plane. And I'm trying to watch a movie. But I would be scared, too, of the turbulence. I mean, we went through some
No one likes turbulence.
Yeah.
No one likes
But
no one likes
some players were afraid of planes. So.
Wow. What was the longest time you were away on a road trip?
6 days. I went from Baltimore and Boston.
Okay.
On the road with, at that time, Ruben Sierra took me on the road with him.
Right.
Because he was hitting hot. He was batting .319. He felt I was a good luck to him. And he paid for my hotel room, and he took me on a 6-day road trip.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. So what plans do you have in the future, Squeege? What do you have going on?
To have grandkids.
What? Not that far into the future.
No, it's stay involved with, with BATBOY the family.
Maybe a third book?
Yeah, I do. I'm actually going to write a book, but this one is not going to be a baseball book. It's going to be for the love of Squeegee, his life story and with love.
Nice, nice. And Clubhouse Confidential actually wasn't your original name that you wanted for the book.
No, I wanted it to be Angel in the Dugout and St. Martin's Press and the company. They went a different route. I had no say there. That's not the title I wanted. True story. I had it in my manuscript. It was called Angel in the Dugout.
All right. Well, I just wanted to get that in.
Yes, thank you for that.
So all right. So a third book in the works,
Yeah.
and and you keep plugging away, my friend.
And
I'm
I also want to
Yes.
keep, doing BATBOY with the BATBOY family and reaching out as many families as we can. And also that I would like to say that this man, not just because he's my brother and he's always around, I hope and pray that one day this year I can see that man from the pitcher's mound throw out the first pitch, and his name is Mr. Ray Negron. I would like the Yankees organization to do that because he's well deserving of the 50 years in baseball that he's done for so many, not for himself,
right?
For so many
but
people.
For everyone who loves him.
Yeah, he's never thinking about himself,
Yeah.
and that's just honestly not because I know him and what he's meant to many of us and myself.
Well, listen, I want to thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming here in person and doing this. You know, I love you.
Thank you.
And my door's always open.
Tea Time Part 2.
Yeah, why not?
I'm coming back.
All right, listen, everyone, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate the love and the support. Tell everyone you love them, and I'll see you next week. Ciao.
Be kind.